Hey everyone, it's Jasmine. Welcome to my channel. My yoga flows are all about accessibility and meeting you where you are on the mat. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. So today's flow will be a very quick vinyasa flow. So think about this. You have very limited time, but you want to move your body. Well, this flow is for you. So we'll move through a very quick warm up, and then we'll do 2 rounds of vinyasa or a yoga flow, right and left side, and then we'll end it with a shavasana. So let's get started. We ain't got much time. So meet me here in the middle of your mat. And we're going to actually jump into a cat cow here. So meet me in tabletop position and let's just check our alignment. Even though we're moving quickly, or this is a very quick warm up. Look at me. We will definitely make sure we're in alignment. So making sure that your hips are over your knees here, and then also your shoulders over your wrists in this tabletop position. Feet could be tucked or untucked here. And so as we lower our bellies and look or gaze up towards our eyebrows here, we're going to push away from the earth in this pose. Exhale, round your spine, belly button to your spine here for our cat pose. So dropping your belly again here for cow as we look towards our eyebrows here. Exhale, round your spine. So do a couple of cat cows on your own. And as you are moving through your cat cow pose, set an intention for today's practice. So although this will be a quick one, I want to make sure that I am safe and I'm having fun. And complete one more round of cat cow. And then meet me in a tabletop position here. And now in our tabletop position, push your hips back and up for our first downward dog of today's practice. And don't worry if your heels are not on the ground here. What I want you to focus on is pressing away from your mat here. So strong arms in this downward dog pose. Inhale, looking towards the top of your mat. And you can walk, jump, waddle, do all the things to the top of your mat here and meet me in a forward fold. Knees could be slightly bent or working towards straight here. Inhale, halfway lift, moving your shoulders away from your ears here. And exhale, see if you can go into a deeper forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Following your hands. Inhale, arms up here, gazing at your thumbs in this pose. Knees could be slightly bent here. Exhale, hands to heart. Returning to that intention that you just set for today's practice. And let's get started. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually move through 2 rounds of yoga here. In the first round, I'll show some supportive options for you. And then in our second round, feel free to continue with those supportive options, or you can tap into those more traditional or full length poses. So let's stand in the middle of our mat here, hips width apart. Inhale, sweep your hands up, pushing your hips a little forward here. Exhale, rain it down. Forward for a forward fold. That's hard to say. A little bit. Inhale, halfway lift here. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, forward fold. Planting your hands on the ground, stepping your feet back here. for a downward dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. And exhale, bringing that right leg through for a high lunge. So front knee bent here and your back leg is straight. Inhale, straighten out your legs here. Exhale, open up for a warrior two. And so in your warrior two, you're gazing at your middle finger here. And if you like to rest your back hand here, if that feels comfortable, if you have some shoulder pain, that works. If not, we are here in our warrior two. And exhale, we're gonna move through a runner's lunge here. So feel free to drop the back, your back knee here, and then open up to the right side of your body. Bringing your weight into your left side of your body and into a tabletop position here. And now we're gonna go through a supportive chaturanga. So we're here in our tabletop position. However, we're just going to bring our shoulders over our wrists here a little and lower down to our stomachs. Straighten out your back legs here. Inhale for a low or high, medium cobra, whatever works for you. Exhale, lower down. And pushing up to your downward dog. So let's repeat that on the opposite side. Inhale, sweeping your left leg up. Exhale, stepping through to a high lunge. Open up to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel to a runner's lunge, lowering your back knee, and then opening up on your left side here. Now with putting weight into your right arm, we're just gonna swing our leg here over back to a tabletop position, and then supported chaturanga. Bringing your crown forward, lowering down to your belly. Inhale, lower, high cobra. Exhale, lower back down. Pushing through for your downward dog. All right, so that was round one. Round two, we repeat. Feel free to tap more into those supportive poses, or you can come with me for a more traditional way. Inhale, sweeping your right leg up. Stepping through to high lunge. Straightening your legs. Exhale to warrior two. Cartwheel to runner's lunge. Feel free to keep your legs up, or you can drop your back knee and then open up to the right side of your body. Stepping back to full or supported plank. Bring your crown forward, lowering down. Inhale, high or low cobra. Exhale, push into downward dog. Inhale, bringing up your left leg. Exhale, step into high lunge. Straighten your legs here, and then open up to your warrior two. Cartwheel to a runner's lunge. Back leg could be down or up. Open up to the left side of your body. Full or supported plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower back down. And then push into a downward dog. And so from this downward dog, we're gonna lower our knees here, open our knees wide, and then sit back to a child's pose. Inhale, raising your head. And we're gonna push through to a tabletop position. From here, swing your legs to the left or right side off the mat and meet me in a seated forward. Meet me in a seated position with your legs out. As we begin to rest for our final pose for Shavasana, let's do some shoulder rolls here. Bringing your shoulders up and around. Pause. And then in the opposite direction. Coming back onto your back for our Shavasana. So feel free in your Shavasana. You can have your feet planted with your knees rested inward towards one another. This is an option for you. Or you can do a more traditional Shavasana with your legs out. And while you're in Shavasana, I like for you to return to your intentions that you set in the beginning of today's practice, and just make a note. As you breathe into your body, now, if you do have time today, I always encourage you to stay in Shavasana. However, if you're coming out with the rest of us, begin to return to your surroundings. This could look like wiggling your fingers and toes. If your eyes have been closed, beginning to slowly open them and return back to your current surroundings. Now turning over to the left or the right side of your body in a fetal position here. Just one last moment to soak in all that yummy goodness that we just moved through very quickly. We've moved our bodies, so that's all that matters. Pushing yourself up. And that is it. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. This is a quick workout that you can always return to if you don't have enough time. But you know what? We moved our bodies, and that's all that matters. Until next time, bye.